Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Does This Cause Acne on the Team Acne channel. And if you are not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe for all acne related content. The questions for this video were sourced from the last episode, so if you have questions you'd like to see in the next episode of this, then make sure you leave them in the comments below, because I have, I think, 7 questions down here from the last episode, and we are just going to jump right on into it. So this first question has to do with sweat. This one is, if I do construction 10 hours a day, should I shower at lunch because I have acne? I already shower after work and after the gym. This one's kind of a hard one to answer because that's a lot of showers, and I'm sure it's cutting into your actual amount of time you have per day, right? You know, each shower probably takes 15-20 minutes to get fully through. I would say that it's really hard because if you take a shower in the middle of the day when you are sweaty, that's going to be good to take the dirt and the sweat off of your face, but you are going to put your construction gear back on, which you have sweated in, your oils are in, and your dirt is in. So I'm not necessarily sure that taking a shower in the middle of the day will help that much, and I actually think it may be bad because after 3 showers a day, you are going to be stripping your skin of natural oils, which can cause more acne if you don't have enough natural oils on your face because you're so dried out. It makes it easier for you to have your face irritated, and irritated skin is a lot more prone to breaking out. So personally, I would not go for the 3rd shower. Next up, help me. Which type of soap should I use when I wash my face? Sorry for my English. This one I will address fully in another video. I'm going to do like my skincare routine, but what I would say is if you're using any sort of like body soap on your face, you gotta stop that. I think all of us have done that at some point, especially when you first start breaking out. You're like, all right, well, I clean my body with this, I should clean my face with this. But using something like for example, a Dove soap on your face is going to not only dry it out to the point of like Saharan desert, like looking for water everywhere. It's gonna be dry, but it's also gonna irritate it really hard. I, at certain points in the beginning, was using Dove soap on my face, and I was always wondering why my face was so red and so dry. So definitely don't use a traditional soap. You should be using a gentle cleanser. I used to, way back in the day, use Aquanil, but now I've moved and used the Banish line of products, and they have one specific product that's called a gentle mint cleanser. So this is exactly what I use for right after I finish up my workouts and I'm sweaty and I need something to wash my face with. That's what I use because it's very low intensity. It's not something that irritates my face a lot. 100% though, if you are using body soap or body wash on your face, stop using that. This next question I thought was really good because I actually had to do a bit of research on this one. Does vinegar cause acne? Foods with a high amount added. Basically, he's asking if he eats like salad with vinaigrette on it, or if he's taking apple cider vinegar, things like that. Is it going to cause acne? And we've all heard of the apple cider vinegar cure, right? That's supposed to help with your insides, your gut health and whatnot, and supposed to theoretically purify some of the toxicity out of your body, which helps with your acne. We have seen a lot of stories where people say that their acne has improved with apple cider vinegar. So I'll say that just to start. I actually found an article where it kind of addresses different types of vinegars, and it made a good point. While generally normal vinegar doesn't cause acne for a lot of people, of course, everything is different for everyone, and certain people have sensitivities and allergies to everything. So you might be allergic to vinegar. But more so, what most people break out from when they're having vinegar is the added things to the vinegar. For example, if you're having balsamic vinegar, you know, that very dark vinegar, that has brown coloring, so like a caramel coloring in there that is artificial, and then sometimes it also has preservatives or like a sweetener in it, whether it be sugar or it be an artificial sweetener. All those things are things that do exacerbate acne. So maybe the vinegar didn't do it, but all those things did. Also, for example, you have things like red wine vinegar that will have extra sulfites in it, will also have a bit of red wine in there too, and so those things can also cause you to break out. So I would say maybe try out the different types of vinegars and see if they break you out. Try out different vinaigrettes, see if they break you out. And it's really going to be kind of a personal thing, kind of like an elimination diet thing where you're going to have to figure out whether it does for you or not. For me personally, vinegar has never been an issue. Next up, hey Brian, please help solve the debate on which vegetable oils or oils in general are good and bad for acne in terms of what you are eating. For my research, olive oil, coconut oil, and avocado oil are the 3 ones that are okay in food, and the rest could cause breakouts. Question mark, thanks so much. So this one's actually, it is a highly debated one. There's always people saying like, which oil is good for you? Which one should I take? You know, there's even been points where seriously people will take a tablespoon of just oil and just swallow it with nothing else. Because, you know, during this time of year, people are like, oh, this is the most superfood oil you can ever have. And, you know, everyone's opinion always changes. I wish I could say that there is a certain type of oil that is good for acne, but actually all oils, all fats, period, do contribute to the amount of mTOR in your body. I won't go too far into that, but mTOR increases the amount of oil you produce, and the amount of oil you produce increases the amount of acne you have. So regardless, all fats do that. That is not to change the fact that there are oils and fats that are better for you health-wise, but I wouldn't say that there's better oils or fats for you acne-wise. That's going to be up to you and your allergies, like I always say. Definitely you want things that are higher in omega-3 for your actual health, so seeds, nuts, things like that are going to be really good sources. Avocados and olive oil are all things that have omega-3s in them, whereas things that are like saturated fats, so things like cheeses, butters, artificial like snacks and stuff like that have fats in them, those will all be saturated fats and will not be as good for you. They don't have omega-3s and things like that. And also those kind of fats are usually tied into something that does cause acne, like dairy or artificial sweeteners and flavors and just packaged foods and stuff like that. By no means can I give you official advice, but me personally, I like to keep my fat somewhere around 15 to 25% of my total calories. And if it's getting much higher, which it is on average for the North American diet, somewhere around 40 to 60%, that is where if you're having a lot of acne, I think you would check out your diet and say, wow, I'm having 60% of my fat, 60% of my calories coming from fat. Maybe I should cut that back. And that would be a good thing to do. I love this question from Bar Ups. Does rice cause acne, and does brown rice cause less acne than white rice? This is a really good question and something that I get asked pretty often because people want to know what the best rice is just health-wise. But with acne, I think it's really interesting, and there is an answer. Are you ready for it? Brown rice. Absolutely. You should have brown rice instead of white rice. The reason being, brown rice has a lower glycemic index. Basically, what that means is the higher glycemic score you have, the faster that food turns to blood sugar in your body. The lower, the longer it takes to turn to blood sugar. You want foods to be lower because you want it to sustain the amount of blood sugar that it's releasing, not just do it all at once and then crash your system. And basically, when you have high sugar, it also increases that mTOR, and that increases the amount of acne you have. So you want to kind of limit the amount of sugars that you get and limit the amount of simple carbs that break down easily into blood sugars you can get. Brown rice is a great way to reduce the amount of high glycemic foods you're having from your carb sources. This next question was really interesting. It was, does sleeping late cause acne? I found an article actually that was kind of interesting about this where a doctor addressed this. So what he said is, clinical and scientific research shows us that adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. He then goes on to say, when we sleep, cell division rates increase and the skin heals damage from the day while cortisol levels decrease. He says all hormones have some pattern day to night, and disruptions in the sleep cycle may result in an increase in cortisol, which may lead to skin inflammation, improper healing, and conditions like acne and rosacea. So I vibe with everything that he said up to that point. Then he goes and says this, which I think is kind of weird. He says, when you should go to bed, the time you go to sleep is also crucial for proper rejuvenation. That's a hard word. Aim to hit the sheets around 10 or 11 p.m. because growth hormone is released during the first 3 hours of sleep, but secretion crashes at 2 a.m. So ideally you are falling asleep between 10 or 11 to get the most of the restorative capabilities. That's the part where I was like, yeah, that sounds a little bit like bro science, Mr. Doctor, because if you go to bed at 8 or 9, who's to say that that's worse than 10 or 11? Who's to say that 12 or 1 is different than 10 or 11? As long as you are sleeping that 7 to 9 hours, I don't think your body is... Time is a construct. I won't get too far. You don't think your body looks at the watch and goes like, you missed it, 10 to 11, we're going to cause acne tonight. But I did want to bring that article up just to say that he does make a good point. When you don't get enough sleep, your cortisol raises really high. When you are sleeping quality, your cortisol actually decreases. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and when it is higher, you do cause a lot more breakouts. For me personally, when my cortisol is up, my breakouts are happening like twice as much. So you want to reduce that by improving the amount of quality sleep that you have. I wouldn't say that going to bed late or sleeping in late matters so much as long as that window is sliding with you so that you're getting 7 to 9 hours every single night. And finally, this one is asked all the time, does spicy foods cause acne? And this one, there is not actually a objective scientific view on it because this is one of those ones that is each person has their own kind of reaction to spicy foods. And just think about it with spicy foods, even beyond acne, think about, one of your friends or your grandma or something like that, right? Who just like cries and sweats and dies when she has some spicy food. But then think about your other friend who literally is just taking that sriracha bottle and emptying it out on his pizza or whatever, right? So there's different reactions to everything, and spice is no different. Capsaicin is actually what's in foods that makes it spicy, and that's actually really good for your health. But when it comes to acne, it doesn't prove either way. It doesn't increase your mTOR scientifically or anything like that. So it is one of those subjective things that you will have to eliminate from your diet and see if it helps improve or not your acne. And with that, my beautiful friends and family, we are finished with this Does This Cause Acne episode. If you haven't seen the other ones, you should, man. I think this is episode 6. So there's like 5 other episodes before this. We've addressed a lot of different topics, and I will continue addressing topics pretty soon here. I'm going to be putting out a new series, which I'll talk about more soon. And then I'm also going to be doing my skincare routine video, which a lot of you guys have asked for. So that's all coming. I appreciate you guys watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. Helps out way more than you think. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Remember, you are not alone. You are beautiful, and you're part of Team Acne.